We're back to number one. Today, I'm just checking if this is working. Today is the 28th of January, and it's about 10 to 6. Flo's just left to gone to do her sculptor. And today has been just shattering. Me and Flo had another one of those conversations which are just they're just absolutely toxic. There's no resolution, and she says things about me, and then this time I say what I think about her, and it's just brutal. It puts me in a position where I feel that this woman cannot stand being around me anymore. She just hates me. And she's saying stuff like, well, you need to go back to Ireland. I know this is fucking not new, but it's so kind of intense this time that it just leaves me wrecked. Because I don't see any solutions to this. For me, anyway. It kind of kicked off because there was a kind of forum in the French Travail in Manosque, and Flo was supposed to come, but then she didn't, so I went, and of course I didn't expect much, but when I got there, the kind of main room is not that big, and there was all these people, and there was these tables, and the idea was that you go around to each person, like speed dating, and you talk to everyone, and I just lost my nerve. I went in, and then I went left, and then I walked around outside a bit, and then I went back in again, and I thought, is there any way I can... But I just couldn't stay there. It just felt useless, So I came back, and I told that to Flo, and this always leads to this particular confrontation that we have. But it gets worse and worse, kind of. She says, like, I can't remember everything, but it's like I've given her absolutely nothing, and there's no point in us being together, and I can't stay here. I haven't integrated. It didn't work. I haven't integrated with her family. I make no effort with anyone. And there's no point in being together, and there's no point in me being here, and I can't stay. I have to get a job, and I can't get a job, and it's all about jobs. She's not looking after me anymore, and she's fed up of looking after me, and she's fed up of everything about me. And then I kind of said I said, you make it sound like you're telling me to kind of go across the road when you say, go back to Ireland to get a job. And I was telling her, I've been here 20 years now. 20 years in, more or less, in France. I've been with Flo longer. I'm kind of saying, does that not count for anything? Anyway, there's all other things. I don't remember everything, but I did say to her, I said, you know, Flo, my life here is not that bad. It's just that you make me miserable when you talk to me like this. You have no respect for me. You just make me feel terrible. Otherwise, I can get on with my life here. And then she says, of course you can. It's easy for you, isn't it? Because she's doing everything. And it's so simple. I don't have to do anything. And I know I'm not looking hard enough for a job. But God, if something would come along, I'd take it. And if something came along and I got a job, I could then seriously move away, you know, if that was going to make her better, make her happier. But she just throws out these things, which is like, it's just incredible to hear this from someone that you've spent almost every waking hour with. For like I say, for the last 20 years, it's so hard to hear them talk like you're some roommate that they met like about a month ago. That there's nothing, but again, I don't know, maybe it's got to the point where she just is genuinely can't fucking stand the sight of me anymore, you know. And the day-to-day life here seems to be okay. I mean, I do what I can. I try and I'm as pleasant as I can. But she says, oh, we don't share anything. We have no experiences together. We don't go on holidays together. We don't share any passion together. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind going on holiday. It's just, I don't bring it up, I guess, because I don't think she wants to. But there's no resolution. There's no, you know, I even said, like I'll say something like, you know, things have a way of working themselves out. I can only keep looking. I can only hope that something comes along. And she laughs and she says, yeah, as if something's going to fall from the sky. Nothing's going to happen. It's not going to change. God, maybe I am this dreadful, boring, awful prick to be with. That you just want to see the back of him. Because he's not like she keeps saying, I wanted a husband, I wanted a man, I didn't get a man. I haven't got a man, I've got some kind of a child. I wanted someone to look after me. And I know a lot of that is probably true. If I had loads of money, if there was a way, you know, I'd go. I'd go if I thought she'd be happier like that. I'd go. I'd find a place somewhere. But at the moment, I'm not working. It would would seem ridiculous to put yourself in a situation where you're paying an extra 700 or 800 euros a month. So I just can't do anything at the moment. And this notion of just, you know, just go back to Ireland, back to Ireland, knock on the door, you know, and get Martina to get you a job. It's easy to say it, but it's just not something I want to do. It might be something in the future. It might well be what I end up doing. I mean, Flo keeps saying, oh, you're in a bubble, you're hiding, you're not facing it. And again, she's right in a lot of respects. I'm not integrated here, but she's wrong in the fact that I'm quite happy being in a bubble, it doesn't bother me. I can spend the rest of my life like this. I think I'm okay with it. I don't need to speak to people. I don't need to socialize. I need my teeth done. I could survive like that. Again, I said to her, if you just leave me alone, you know, if you just leave me alone, I could get by. If you didn't do this to me the way she talks. But then again, if she says, "Oh, it's okay, it's easy for you because I'm paying everything and I'm doing all this," it's so easy to say that. I have no comeback to that, you know. It's true. And a few times I've said to her, if the situation was reversed, I would certainly not be putting you in the position you're putting me in. That doesn't seem to doesn't seem to do anything to her either. It's like she's trying to push me so far that I thought she was coming back. It's a different car. It's almost like she's pushing me to the point where she really wants me to pack up and go. You know, it's almost like it's a, I think, again, maybe I'm wrong. The other fact of the matter is that Flo herself is in a terrible place, I think, at the moment. She's very depressed herself. She says she's not happy and she's very disappointed with life. She's not like me. I don't kind of expect to be fucking happy. I'm just content to get by, you know. I think life is tough. I think if you're breaking even, you're doing fucking well. If you can get by the day and be reasonably occupied, not feel too miserable or scared or whatever, you're doing okay. But Flo is like, she just always had this romantic notion about life being a fantastic voyage. It's a bit of the Disneyland version of life, you know. And she says, I'm not happy. I'm not looking forward to things. There's nothing brings me happiness. I'm just this miserable, fucking useless guy. That's like, has no emotions at all, is just not able to do anything. But like I say, if she wanted me to talk about things, I could, but she doesn't bring anything up normally. We just have our very quiet kind of routine. But there's no way of resolving this. God, I want to be grown up about it. I mean, I said that to her. Grown up is a stupid word. I said, you know, Flo, I'm 60 when she says this stuff. I really don't want to be in her way. I don't want to torment her like this. But I don't have a job and I don't have money. And perhaps I'm not looking as hard as I should, but I'm just finding the whole thing fucking perplexing. I'm just finding it hard to even contemplate doing a lot of these jobs. That's something about the language and everything, which is true. It's awful. It gets under my skin, this kind of thing of, you know, I'm going to have to work in an environment where I'm not going to understand people. But if I had some money, some way of money, I'd get away from her if I thought that's what she wanted. I would find a nice little place somewhere in Orizon. I'd do it immediately if I had the means to do it. But I just don't. And Flo did say, I'm not going to throw you out. I'm not like that. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right you're not going to throw me out. A few times I've said that to her, that I think this is fair, even if I'm a complete fucking loser. I'm trying to live my life as well, and I think it's fair to say that I need a place to stay, and I don't mean to sponge off her. I don't mean to be the out of work fucking dead wood guy in the place. It's not something I planned on, you know. And she says, well, you knew we were leaving the Connemara. You knew for years. You did nothing about it. You didn't try. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And it's true. I mean, I haven't been able to progress. I haven't been able to progress at all. That's what she feels as well. I haven't progressed at all as a person. And she thought maybe her and me at the beginning, she thought things we'd grow together, and she's black, I'm white, and we could maybe meet in the middle in that grey section. But she says, as far as she's concerned, we haven't. We haven't at all. I don't know how much the things she says are because she's very depressed herself, or how absolutely true the stuff is. That I don't really know. I don't know if she genuinely hates me so much that being around me in this place is making her ill. I don't know if that's true. But like I said, if that's the case, but it's so bad because I don't know what to say anymore. There isn't any resolutions to these things. I don't see any way forward. And I wasn't kidding when I said to her when I went into the French Travail, I really was like so nervous and panicky. I feel a lot worse than I was when it comes to people and stuff. And Flo, just the way she is, she's not going to try and be empathic with me and try and see things the way I am, or, you know, and say, well, we need to get you to a situation where maybe you can work from home, and I'll try and... She just says, I'm tired of helping you. I've helped you all the time. I got you the Connemara, I got you this, I got you that, I got you your job in Deloitte. I'm not doing it anymore. This is kind of the standard thing. We're kind of making each other's lives misery at the moment, and I don't see any way of fixing it. And I don't know where I go from here. Flo's okay. She's got her job. She can carry on developing that. She's got a flat. She's got this place. She's got her family. I think the hardest thing maybe is that I think she wants me to go away. And that's hard when you've been, like I say, you've been spending nearly every hour of the day with someone for over 20 years. And then it gets to the point where you start to believe that they don't just want you to get a job and move to a different place. They really would prefer if you could just leave the country, if you could just go away completely. If you could just get out of their hair, you know. that they'd be happy. That kind of hurts. That notion that you mean so fucking little, that you've become such an unpleasant thing. That they want you out of the picture completely. They don't want you around, you know. Even though you've spent a third of your life with the person and they with you, you think they could find some agreeable moment somewhere in the past, and there is. But Flo is just thinking about the past. She's the most unpast, nostalgic person I've ever met. Everything starts from the moment she's living, and everything 2 minutes before is just fucking finished, gone. You can hear that I'm just walking around the floor here. Because we had this kind of thing before, and Flo said, well, we've had this conversation even in Narbonne, 2008. And I'm saying, yeah, but Flo, we've been living together all this time, and I know we don't have all the same interests, and I know I'm not into yoga and you're not into my stuff, but we get along, we're good company for each other, blah, blah, blah. But she says, no, it's no good. I don't want just company. I want a husband. I want a man. It's tough hearing somebody just cut you to pieces like that. Telling you that you're nothing. You've been a disappointment, a long, slow burning disappointment for about 20 years, you know. Because I'm a person with a personality, I'm trying to put some kind of defense for myself. I'm trying to find something good. Is there anything good on the ship? I'll get back to you, Carl. Because I don't think I'm the worst person in the world. I'm sure people that know me, but then they haven't lived with me every day. It's just one of those things, I guess. But damn it, there's been good times as well. I've tried to make her happy in the ways I could. I've tried to be decent. I've never been violent. I've never been disrespectful. I've never been bad. I've been encouraging. I would never say the things to her that she says to me. But the fact of the matter, I mean, if I could run away somewhere, I fucking would. I don't like being treated like this. I don't like the notion of being just this incredibly awful, useless person to be around. I don't want to be that person. I'm going to take a break here. I'll come back and vent some more though, because it's all I can think of doing now is venting. If there was ever a time to use this device, it's now. That's for sure. I feel absolutely fucking awful.